today's date, I will explain what all is going on. Today, we're going to have a little bookwork. This is kind of our bookwork day of the week, although this one, I'm probably going to give you a little bit of time tomorrow to work on it as well, because it's kind of a little bit longer, not too bad, but a little bit longer. Last week, we talked about the Industrial Revolution. We were focused mainly on those countries that underwent that process, Great Britain, the United States, just to name a few. Now we're going to get into the rest of the world. We're going to see how other countries that maybe had fallen behind, that used to be, big time superpowers, how they reacted to all of a sudden these Western European nations and the United States, being more technologically advanced. Many countries' governments tried to step in and make some changes to varying levels of success. So today in Canvas, you're going to use the Chapter 23 original AMSCO book. You are going to need to read the entire chapter. It's about 10 pages. So, I'm going to give you today to work on this. Probably give you at least half of the class period tomorrow to work on it, which if you're productive, that should be enough. To essentially, read through the chapter. And really the chapter's divided into three broad areas, three broad civilizations. And each of these civilizations kind of reacted to the process of industrialization a little bit differently. First, you got the Ottoman Empire. Next, you got the Qing Dynasty, aka Manchu China. Next, you've got Japan. They all react to industrialization in fairly different ways. And really, this is what kind of propels all these areas into the 20th century, how they react. Now, you'll notice not all this is straight up like definitions. All right, the areas that you just see a word and a dash, that means give me a definition. Like under the Ottoman Empire, extraterritoriality. What does that mean? Okay. In other ones, you're going to have like causes and effects. These are usually key events. For instance, the Taiping Rebellion. Give me a couple of the causes. Why did it happen? It was a huge rebellion in China. Give me some of the effects. Others, I may have an individual. Like here, Ottoman Empire, we have Muhammad Ali, not the boxer. He took over in a part of the Ottoman Empire. What are some of the changes he made that turned out to be good? What are some of the changes he made that turned out to be bad? Need a decent amount of notes here, but again, as far as like the number of causes and effects or positive and negative impacts, I'm going to kind of leave that up to you. Definitely needs to be more than one, but I think 2, 3-ish for each one of those. I think you'll be in pretty good shape. So that's the basics. That PowerPoint slide is there. There's some maps on the following slides. We're going to refer to those tomorrow and Wednesday because we are going to be talking about this stuff over the next several days. Immediately below the little PowerPoint that says notebook assignment 2-1-21, if this ever loads up, you will have your actual reading assignment. It's right here. OG AMSCO Chapter 23, Turkey, China, Japan, and the West, because again, the West is mainly the ones industrialized. So that's what you're going to use. And if you want to just kind of get a heads up, you may at some point, maybe not today, but at some point over the next couple days, look over your AP History rubrics. This kind of gets us to the announcement portion of class day. I'll get it. We talked about this last week, but we have settled on a date. We're going to do our essay, our LEQ essay, just a regular old long essay question on Friday. It's called the Industrial Revolution LEQ. So you should have a pretty good idea of the sort of things that you should be including in your essay. This AP History rubrics document, essentially you've got first the DBQ rubric. Ignore that for right now. Scroll on past to the LEQ rubric. We looked at this a long time ago, but it's been a while. So when you have a point in time that you can, at some point over the next few days, you may want to kind of give this a gander just so you can kind of get a head start on some of the things you will need to do for the essay on Friday. On Thursday, if not sooner, I plan on dedicating a whole day looking at the essay, seeing what you need to do, giving you examples, maybe looking over some sample essays like we've done in the past. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to just kind of look over the rubric, maybe before Thursday. That way, if you have any questions, you can certainly ask them. So that is going to be this Friday. That is going to be our first test grade of the 6 weeks. Again, our Industrial Revolution LEQ, all the little details that you can include from last week and this week. I think that they will help you, have a whole lot of stuff that you can include on a pretty good essay. Other news and notes. Been a while since we've done one of these. But we have available, I just opened it up, in AP Classroom, another one of those extra credit quizzes. Okay, it's over Unit 5, which is revolutions. So there could be some political revolution, enlightenment stuff in there. Definitely could be some industrial revolution too. We're finishing up we are finishing up Unit 5 this week. So I figured, hey, let's go ahead and open up the extra credit quiz. Now, this quiz is longer than the ones you've had in the past. It's like 27 questions. It's pretty lengthy. I'm setting a 30-minute time limit on it. Guys, these extra credit quizzes in AP Classroom, some of the questions are good, some of the questions are bad, I'll be honest with you. But if nothing else, it gets you good practice in answering questions of this caliber in a pretty tight time limit. 27 questions, that's a lot. So essentially what I'm going to do for every one that you get correct, I'm giving you half a point. All right, so you could get as much, probably 14 points, I guess, added to your lowest test grade, whether it be this essay or something in the future. Again, this is a valuable opportunity for you, so I highly suggest you take advantage of it. So like I said, it is the Unit 5 progress check. It should be the only one that's open right now. 27 questions, give you 30 minutes to get it done. For everyone you get right, I'll give you half a point. Obviously, if you end up like 4.5, I'll round that up to 5. I'm not going to do you wrong like that. But again, if you feel like you're going to need it, or even if you don't think you're going to need it, take advantage of it. It's good practice. It's a good opportunity to hopefully raise your grade up a little bit. Last two things, and then I'm going to shut up and let you get to work. Missing work. Everything thus far that we've assigned, other than the notebook, which was due on Friday, we're going to leave that open for longer. But everything that's been assigned before that, okay, like the test review and the SAQ, which I'm going to talk about, and some of the document analysis stuff, all that stuff is going to close this Friday. Okay, I typically do that with like the first 3 weeks of work. We close that at the 3-week point. So if you're missing anything, the notebook will be open for a while because that does contribute to a test grade, but everything else is going to close on Friday. So if you're missing some stuff, please get it in. Also, I graded SAQs kinda, all right? SAQs, I started looking over last week, and I read about a dozen, and the more I looked at the questions, I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was it led in too many different directions, all right? Some of you guys did great. Some of you guys, maybe not so good, but part of that's my fault because the questions I don't think were as good as they should have been. So if you did the SAQ and you did it on time, you got 100. If you did it a day late, you got an 80. If you did it 2 days late, you got 65. If you did it 3 days later, more 55. If you have not done it yet, you can still get a 55 pretty easily just with a little bit of effort. You do need to try. You do need to try to answer the questions. Don't just put a one-word answer, I don't know. I'm not going to give you credit for that. But if I see a decent effort, I'm going to try to give you max credit because, again, I take some of the responsibility for that. The questions just weren't all that great. And when I mess up, I try to hook you guys up. But that's kind of how it happened. So if you got 100, great. You did it on time. Maybe it was good. Maybe it wasn't. We can look at it together if you want. But that's kind of why you see the grades that you see. If you got 0 in there, obviously, you got till Friday to get that done. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all the announcements I got. Anybody have any questions about what's going on today, what's going on throughout the rest of the week? Okay, so kind of the game plan today. You're doing your reading, you're doing your notes in your notebook. This is going to be a big part of our second and final notebook check, so please get this done. You'll have today to work on it. You'll have at least half of class tomorrow to work on it. Then at the end of class tomorrow and then throughout Wednesday, we are going to be talking about this stuff. Got a bunch of cool video clips and maps and stuff like that to try to make this make a little bit more sense to you. Thursday, we will talk about all things essay writing, LEQ style. Hopefully, give you a good crash course in that. That way you feel confident coming into class on Friday. And then on Friday, you're going to write this thing. You're going to do it in class. It's going to be a 50-minute time limit, a class period time limit. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the prompt is in advance, but you've got a pretty good idea with that what it's called, Industrial Revolution LEQ. That last slide from the PowerPoint last week, the one with the chart, that's something you're going to want to look over, maybe refer to as you're doing your writing. Again, this essay, I'm hoping, is something that can help you out, not hurt you. Other than that, I think you guys know what to do. Go ahead and get to it. Good luck. If you got questions, let me know. If you want to listen to your headphones, that is fine. Like I said, we kind of average a book work a day about once a week. Not the funnest, I admit, but hopefully, if you use your time wisely, you don't have to do a whole lot at home. That is my goal. But if you need anything, please let me know.